Hey everyone, another version of Better Call Art. And today I am with the team from MyQ company. And at this time today, I want to turn this over to Martin and just give our members a brief overview of MyQ and what you guys are doing.
Nice to meet you, Art. Thank you for your invitation. My name is Martin Janos, and I'm CEO of MyQ company. And currently we are on the market for 15 years. However, you can see on our t-shirts that we are just celebrating 30 years in the printing industry because we started far before MyQ was launched. So that's a short introduction of me.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you, Art. My name is Viktor Nestrašil and I'm the Vice President for the Americas. I joined the company as an internal auditor. However, a couple months ago, I took over the responsibility for the management of our US branch together with my colleague, Robert, who is unfortunately not here today.
Okay. So I understand you have two different portfolios of products, and maybe you could just give us a brief overview of MyQX for our members, please.
So as I told, we started 15 years ago, and in the time we launched our MyQX product, which is a well-known on-premise product, and it is currently still very popular and very heavily demanded. However, in the last 2 years, we received a lot of demand for a new product or for a new category of the product which would work in the cloud. And it inspired us, and 2 years ago, we launched another product which expanded our portfolio. It's named MyQ Roger. It's truly a public cloud product. And I think later we will discuss the main differences between those two.
So one of the things that led me to your company was the unique offering that you have with print sharing. And I believe that's covered under your MyQ Roger product. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Maybe if I may explain it a little better. Maybe just to explain, how we got there, because the unique functionality that you were describing is the last point. So as Martin was saying in the beginning, there are two products in our portfolio that can be used in multiple ways. But of course, let's skip the on-premise and focus on cloud right now, because that's where your question is heading. So as you also indicated in your question, MyQ Roger, the public cloud solution, should not be perceived as one single product, but rather as a platform through which we are able to satisfy more partners and their customers, as it can be used in multiple ways. So generally, when we are speaking about MyQ Roger, we are differentiating between 4 categories. It all started as a digital workplace assistant. This was mainly due to the COVID-19 pandemic, where we were in lockdowns and forced to stay at home. We couldn't really go to the office and work as we used to. And MyQ Roger helped a lot within this time period. The second category in which you can place MyQ Roger is cloud print management, because we've added numerous features and functionalities, which I believe Martin will talk about later. The third category is called mobile scanner with OCR. And this is really important as we are stepping into a completely different market and addressing needs of the customers that have never been addressed before by any other print management software companies. Since they've never had the platform we do have now in MyQ Roger. And it is necessary to realize, however, that this can serve to our partners as a lead generation. And all those categories I just described can be combined in one special initiative, which we call print sharing. And this is something I'm really invested in, as I was analyzing the market, trying to find out what's the demand for such a solution. And as we all know, we have cars that we can share, which is car sharing. We have scooters and bikes we can share, which is bike sharing. So what if we had printers to share? So therefore, this fourth category, where MyQ Roger fits perfectly, we call print sharing. And you can probably think of it as the Uber of the print industry. So this is how we got to the point of print sharing that you were asking about.
Got it. Understood. Yeah, very interesting. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the 4 core products in MyQ Roger that you can offer to US dealers on your platform.
Yeah, so as we spoke, we have those 2 products in the portfolio, and we have 4 strategies connected with our cloud product named MyQ Roger.
Right.
So at first, the dealer can decide if the demand from his customer is still requesting, let's say, something which should be running on premise or in a hybrid cloud or private cloud. Then MyQX is the very major product, and it can satisfy with tons of features. However, when we go to the cloud, we are able to satisfy those 4 quite different categories of customers. As Victor said, we started with the basic module, or our first focus was on something which was heavily influenced by the pandemic. And the first priority or top priority was focused on business continuity and resilience. So we wanted to allow, to all employees who were locked at home to work. We didn't provide so much functions to restrict their work like it was common in the past. But we were really focused on things how to help them with their daily tasks, from printing through copying and especially connected with scanning. So this is how we launched this first module, Digital Workplace Assistant, and you can see that it's not cloud print management, because we really wanted to define quite a new category on the market, and we are still heavily, let's say, teaching our customers and partners what is the main purpose of this strategy. Then, of course, everybody knows on-premise print management solution, something like MyQX. There are plenty of other major solutions. So for those companies who really want to use almost the same functionalities like they have on-premise, for them, we prepared the second strategy. It's an enhancement of our cloud product, and it's called Cloud Print Management Module. This module basically enhance a lot of features we can deliver in the Digital Workplace Assistant, which are focused on enterprise requests, which they used in the past.
Okay.
The third one, the mobile scanning application, is completely different direction. You can see that it's not coming from the printers, but it's coming from the mobile phones. And again, there are plenty of other competitive solutions which can provide you possibility to use your camera for scanning, for personal scanning, and maybe with some OCR functions. So we have all those things as well. But what is unique in our strategy, or in our vision, that we have the integration with the printers. So when you set up your scanning workflows on your mobile phone, you can use those workflows on every printer which is equipped with MyQ Roger technology, which is quite unique on the market. So in other words, we say that this is something like the office in your pocket, because wherever you are, you can always continue with your activities, with your workspace and workplace just after your login, because after login you will see only your buttons, only your workflows, which you can easily trigger and use. And the last one, it's now very important. It's called print sharing, as Victor introduced. And this is a pretty mixture of all those strategies, because when we are able to do advanced accounting, when we are able to manage payments, when we are able to manage all those scanning workflows and personal customizations, we are really ready to use the cloud platform in a better way than just cloud print management. And that's our initiative named Print Sharing. So in this case, we are basically able to connect those who want to print, scan, or do some copying with those who would like to provide print services and printers to this community, like Victor said, something like a Uber. And what is the main benefit of our platform? So we are able to solve the micropayments. So providers of printers, they don't need to take care about collecting the money, because we will do it those transactions instead of them, and then we will provide the revenue to them in a periodical time. So this is one important benefit for them. Second, every provider will be able to set up his own conditions, his own price list, let's say, which is connected with a concrete activities on this particular printer. So if you are in New York, probably the printing costs will be different than when you use the printer in Europe or in Asia or somewhere else. And the last thing, and this is really important for our partners, thanks to this strategy, they will be able to charge for scanning, because the machine is not owned by the user. So it's the same situation like when you rent a bike or scooter or whatever. If you rent something which you don't own, then you are ready to pay for the usage. So that's why the user will be charged for printing, scanning, and copying. And this will create a very important new revenue stream for all the providers who will join this initiative.
Yeah. Interesting. I recently had the opportunity to work with a library, and this library has some older technology. They have a coin-operated copy machine that's not connected to the network. They have a connected color printer. They also have a connected copier, but manually somebody has to go up, give them the money. They release, saying you can do X amount of copies on the machine, and they're looking for something that's a little bit more robust and in tune with today's technology. And I see the print sharing as almost a perfect opportunity for the libraries, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I can absolutely agree that this is one of very nice examples.
Yeah.
Right. Probably Victor have plenty of others.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if we want to talk about how the US dealers can benefit from such a solution,
right?
That's absolutely something we can do. So by being equipped with such technology like MyQ Roger, our partners can really differ from their competition. And this is something they want to do, right? They want to be original. So they can be original thanks to the features and functionalities we provide through this solution called MyQ Roger. And then they can satisfy the demand coming from their customers, from the market. In addition to that, we've set really affordable price for this product, which allows them to provide extremely attractive offer to the market. And last but not least, through this platform, they can penetrate completely new verticals, as you were just describing, libraries, let's say, for example, but there can be many others. Let's think about residential buildings. The printer can sit downstairs at the reception, and people from the entire building do not have to, acquire printer, purchase printer to their apartments, because they all know that there is one, MFP at the reception, and they can just come downstairs, pay for the usage, and they do not have to own it. They do not have to care about it. So this is another one. But
Hotels, convention
exactly,
centers,
exactly, yeah,
airports, right? Right? Train
exactly.
stations. The list could go on and on, right? It's almost like
Yes.
having wherever you go, you could have a virtual printer in your pocket, right?
Yes, and I'm so glad you're mentioning it. I'm so glad that I didn't even have to explain it, and it already comes to your mind, all those places where MyQ Roger can be really used. That's absolutely amazing. Co-working spaces, libraries, receptions, residential buildings, airport lounges, anywhere. And imagine the revenue streams that sits there and no one really goes and take it. It
Yep.
just sits there, and partners can now take advantage of it by using this platform called MyQ Roger.
Right. And yeah, I was just going to say what's amazing about this is the print sharing is just one part of your MyQ Roger. So there's actually a tremendous amount of value as I see it. So how can our members and dealers reach you?
Well, it probably depends where they are from, but we have headquarters in Prague with a really strong team here, but we've got multiple branches around the entire world. And
Okay.
I'm responsible for the Americas. We've got our US branch located in Florida, Bradenton.
Right.
However, we are currently expanding. There are new people coming on board, and I do not insist that they go to the office. You know, they can work remotely, which is much more convenient.
Right.
And we are reachable by anyone throughout the entire United States. So we have people in North Carolina and you know, all around. So if there is someone in the US who wants to reach out to us and ask about our solutions, they can definitely find me on LinkedIn, or they can go to our website and, you know, ask anything they want. They can even reach out to the headquarters, and we can provide any help we will be able to.
Right, right. So just to go back, anybody needs it to reach out to Martin or Victor, they can actually go on LinkedIn. They can do a search for MyQ. They'll see all of the people associated with MyQ, and then they can connect with either Martin or Victor and at least get that process started, correct?
Absolutely perfect. Yeah.
I think it's
Awesome.
important to know that in America, we are not presented only through our branch, but we have a lot of partners who were already trained and who are capable, you know, to offer MyQ X, and currently they are expanding their portfolio also with MyQ Roger. So this is how we are presented and this is how we cover United States and also other territories. However, as Victor said, this year we want to heavily invest into the expansion of our internal team and also to develop other sales channels, mainly those who probably sell also different brands, because we added new brands to our portfolio. Even MyQ Roger is compatible with much more brands. So now it's a really perfect timing for this new technology, because after the pandemic, the market is ready for such a, I would say, disruption. And second thing is that it's not only about the timing, but about the necessity to solve a lot of negative things or negative impacts on the market, because you know probably more than we that in the last 2 years we saw how difficult it is to purchase the printer, because there was a lack of printers, there was a trouble with the logistics. You can see that print volume is decreasing year after year, and it heavily decreased during the pandemic. And we already know, and we agree with all the analytics, that it will not recover to the time before the pandemic, because people easily found that a lot of things can be realized digitally. So they lost the motivation to print a lot of things they printed before. And print sharing is basically a clear solution from our side, because when you have a low volume in your office, you can easily move the printer downstairs to the reception. you can share this printer with other companies, which was not possible in the past because you own the solution, you own the hardware, so nobody could touch that. But now through the cloud, it's really flexible. So in this case, if this is your trouble, then the printer can be moved to the reception, and thanks to the print sharing or other modules, you are able to collect all those small print volumes to this particular device. So your volume is again big enough to be profitable for a provider. And it's still very convenient for the users because it finally doesn't have a sense or doesn't have so much big difference if you print here in the corridor or downstairs when your volume is very low. So this is really a nice solution of all those, let's say, negative impacts. And on top of that, it's not only something which can increase the profit for all, but it can also improve our let's say impact on the environment, and it can really improve how we want to treat the nature and how we want to take care about the sustainability, because this is really important. It's also a very hot topic, and thanks to this we are able to eliminate a lot of unnecessary cheap hardwares and concentrate printing and scanning on again capable corridor machines, which are always much more efficient than small and cheap devices with a very, very expensive running costs.
Great, understood. Hey, Martin and Victor, this has been enlightening. A lot of great information here. And I really appreciate you guys coming on and explaining more about the services and the products that you offer in the marketplace. So with that, we're going to close our show for today. And I always like to end it with and thank you guys again for being on the show. And I always like to end it with the harder you work, the luckier you get. Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Thank you very much for having us, Art.
You're quite welcome. All right.